Welcome, I'm Kinetic Symphony. I hunt down and report on mysterious and weird true stories, from glitches to the paranormal. Case file number 45, written by user HotTopicMallRat. On a business trip with family down in Monaco, she felt inexplicably drawn by the moon towards the ocean. Let me start by saying I've always been a skeptic. I'm new to this sub, and while I have always loved the paranormal, I can't say I've always believed in it. This is one of the weirdest things I've ever experienced, and I don't understand it. I, female 20 at the time, have no history of mental illnesses other than depression and anxiety when I was in my teens. I don't much dabble in the occult anymore, though I did when I was super little. I don't know if this means anything to anyone, but I'm an American with third-generation Sicilian blood. I won't give my last name, but it translates to fish. My family has been part of Sicily for so long, I believe there is even a town named after us. We've been fishermen since the Romans, I think, and even after we moved to America, we kept fishing until my dad was born. I don't super believe in past lives or ancestral help, so I've never assumed my fascination with the ocean was much more than just enjoying the water. I only bring this up because I've got a medium friend who thinks it could be related. I grew up in California and loved the ocean. I wanted to be as close to it as I could. My grandfather passed away, and so I didn't grow up fishing at all, but I was weirdly comforted by it. Anyway, one day I got to go with my mom on a business trip to Monaco. It was my first time leaving America, and I didn't realize it, but it was going to be my first time in the Mediterranean Sea. I remember the night we arrived. There was a huge company party at the hotel we were staying at, but I couldn't focus on what was going on. I needed to go. I was feeling super weird, not like anxiety, but like there was something I was forgetting. I told my mom I'd be right back and went to the front of the hotel. I wasn't sure what I was doing, but I felt like I had to go. As soon as I got away from the hotel, I looked up and saw the reddest, largest harvest moon I'd ever seen. It was as if a shock ran through me, through my whole body. Like I wasn't supposed to be seeing it, but I couldn't look away. And then, like that, I felt pulled to the ocean. I took off my shoes and walked to the beach. If you don't know, Monaco does not have naturally sandy beaches. They're all incredibly rocky, but it was like I could feel the pain of the rocks, but I had to keep moving towards the ocean. There was a man there, and I remember him saying something to me, but I can't remember what it was. It was too dark to make out what he looked like. I walked past him and kept going until I reached the ocean, and the water was up to my knees. I kept looking up at the red moon. I don't know for how long I was there, but I remember feeling whole, completed. I remember not wanting to leave, like I was supposed to be here, and any time I wasn't would be wasted. It was like a weird inner euphoria. When I eventually did pull away, it was like I was snapped back to reality. My feet hurt from the rocks. I wanted my jacket. I remember thinking, what the hell are you doing out here barefoot in an ocean you don't know in the middle of the night? And I ran back. Nothing like that has ever happened again. Have any of you been through anything like this before? It felt like a trance. Case notes, file number 45. Trance-like is exactly how I'd describe it too. Some people suggest our draw to the moon is even baked into our very DNA, as well to be drawn to the healing salts of the ocean. It extends beyond our conscious processing. I'm sure the water felt a bit cold, the sharp jags of those rocks biting into the soles of your feet, and yet you had no choice but to continue walking in. It was like you were ensnared by the waves of the ocean. The moon and the ocean are interconnected because of tidal forces, so there is some logic there, I suppose. It's like an ancestral pull that was, well, contrarily pushing you in. Incredible. When I was 19, 11 years ago, my goodness, I'm getting old. Anyways, back then I was actually homeless and I was in Florida. I know the one thing that gave me peace was just being on the beach. There was something so calming, just looking at the waves crashing on the beach, again and again and again, in a rhythmic, almost like a meditation. Yeah, There's something to it. Case file number 46. Written by user uoy-evol-i. He's a cop on patrol duty. In a split second, he's rushed into a high-speed chase. He realizes he's going to die, but he doesn't. I have only told 2 other people this story, my fiance and my therapist. A few years ago, I worked as a deputy sheriff in a small county in Oklahoma. I was fortunate enough to work in the county where I grew up, so I already knew my patrol area long before I was tasked to patrol it. One particular day, I had signed on and was driving into the station, as I observed a car ahead of me who appeared to be going pretty fast. I clocked him at 95 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone, so there was no choice but to stop this car. As it passed me, I flipped a U-turn on it, and I heard the car's engine rev and the gear drop. It was a Dodge Challenger SRT, and before I even made the complete turn, I knew I was in a pursuit. I immediately felt the adrenaline rush throughout my body, but I was able to follow them for several miles at very fast speeds until I came to this particular T intersection. I've known about the T intersection since I was a kid, and I had worked a crash 2 weeks prior in which a teenage kid had died by going too fast and not seeing the T in enough time. As I am approaching the T, heading north in this pursuit, I look down and see my speed at 123, and I start to panic because I'm already 3 houses, maybe 2,000 feet from the T. I know there's no way I'm going to be able to make this stop, and I accept the fact that I'm about to die. I remember this weird feeling washing over me, and it was almost like I blinked and I was past the intersection heading east at 80 miles per hour, directly behind the suspect, who was a good 15 seconds in front of me, maybe a few miles. I cannot for the life of me make any sense of this, and honestly, I am a bit shaky as I write this on my phone. I have searched for years trying to find any kind of explanation, but the 2 people I told made me feel like I was crazy for even mentioning it. Case notes, file number 46. You're not crazy, not in the slightest. These anomalies happen very often, and in my estimation, far more than people will let on, because they don't want to be thought of as insane, and I don't blame them. What I can say for your experience is a resemblance to quantum immortality, which just means a consciousness transfer, many universes with us in them. Though in these cases the cause of death and often that death is vividly etched into the memory of the traveler. You remember your death. It's possible if one closes their eyes before dying that these memories don't transfer. I don't know, that's pure speculation. But sometimes people don't remember, so I'm not sure why. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, and also subscribe on up. I'm always uploading more stories. I'll see you there.